you really want to get in tune with who you are so you can walk this earth not regretting anything and just living your life to the best, like just being the best person you can be. Like, because it's like that includes accepting your flaws and your insecurities and like your strengths and weaknesses. Right. So, like once you're able to put all that in one basket and carry that around, like no one can touch you. Like you unstoppable for real. So
what's going on, everybody? This is something new that I'm doing. It's a podcast. I don't have a name for it yet, but it's going to be a name when we finish with it. But first and foremost, I got my bud here, Deja. We met back in 2018, if I'm not mistaken, after we both crossed.
Yep, just a month and like maybe a month into after we crossed.
Yeah. All because she was playing Mortal Kombat and talking about it on Twitter. So I went there, I think, same day I came to the house, same day with my game?
Yeah.
With Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Just like, you slid in the DMs or some homie shit. Like, you try to play? And I'm like,
let's get it.
It's like, because the last time I played, I was in like the 10th grade, and that was with my sister and her ex-husband. So like it's been a minute since I played, but I remember the basics and stuff. But when you were like, do you want to play? I was like
like I said, that was definitely the start of a great friendship, great relationship. So from that moment forward, I used to always come to the house with the game. She would cook dinner. Look at this now.
I would feel like a big kid. I'd be like all up in the screen, just like, you did not let me win for nothing.
I'm a little competitive, so my dad always beat up on me. So I never took it easy on nobody because I used to get, beat by like 100 in football and about 200 in basketball. So my dad definitely take it easy. So I get it from him. I get it honest. I'm sorry. So I went on Instagram last week and asked everybody for topics. If I started a podcast, what would they want to hear? And you said that you wanted to hear self-worth and realization. So give me detail. What exactly did you mean by self-worth and realization?
Well, I don't even know where to begin. Like, you got to give me another question to lead in.
Exactly. What did you want to hear? Like, you wanted to hear that topic. So what about that topic is big to you? Like, what makes it so important to you?
I guess just with seeing everybody that I've known personally, since graduating from Cookman, seeing people finally graduate, seeing people, move on with their lives and take on new careers and, families and marriage and pregnancies and stuff like that. It's it's exciting. And with all these big changes, it's I just hope people don't lose sight of themselves.
Right.
And what their true purpose is in life, because we are so used to, and we are so conditioned to what we've been taught our whole lives for all of our stories are different. Yeah. And so all of our labels and the things that have been told to us and, our scars and stuff, they're different. But, at the end of the day, it's how do I put this? Like, you still want to, you still just want to like be able to see through all that and still like know yourself.
Right.
And you know, with all these blessings that people are praying for and everything, you want to like be in a position to where like when you finally do get these blessings, you don't want to mishandle them because of the things you're used to, your old habits, like, you know, things that make you think back on like, ooh, I said that, I did that, like, who let me act like that? Like, for real, like, you know, it makes you question yourself and stuff like that. And it makes you fear the future. And so it's like, you know, you just don't want people to, you know, like lose sight of like who they are, like truly. Cause it's like when you're the type of person that sees past like what everybody else sees in others, like, and you like just their goofy side, their chill side, and you know, they actually like confide in you in like certain things. It's like, I hear you and I see you. And it's like, I want the best for you. And it's like, you know, it sucks that you got to go through stuff, just like I got to go through stuff. But it's like, don't allow, you know, past events and like even current events like stop you from being who you are, from addressing your life questions. Because, you know, I moved to Jacksonville back in April, like April 1st. And that was like the start of like my healing journey. And I didn't like, and like in the past, like 2019, I tried regular therapy. I even tried a thing called hypnotherapy. It's pretty cool, like, you know, and, you know, and I confided in them. Like, it was no problem. Like, I was finally I have someone I can talk to, because I've never had someone to talk to. So, you know, I went the professional route. It worked, but I didn't have that connection. So it's like, you know, I stopped going to it. And then so like, you know, I try to confide in like, you know, friends, and like, you know, I really don't have any family members like that I can confide in. So it's like, you know, I try to confide in friends, but that wasn't really working out. So when I moved here, I had no one. I knew nothing about Jacksonville. Like, I didn't know about Jacksonville until I got to Cookman. Right. And I've been in Florida since 2008. And I ain't never heard about Jacksonville until 2014. Oh. Like, that's a dang shame. So I knew nothing about this place. So it's a fresh start for me. Like, moved out of my mama's house, like during the pandemic, like I knew I had to go. Like, I just knew I had to go. So I get here and I'm just like, what do I do? Like, I'm here, like, what do I do? Like, and so I you know, I tried to turn to, you know, like the last few people in my life, you know, but it still just wasn't like the direction I needed to go in. So like, honestly, I just turned to myself, and like all the questions that I had like going on, wondering in my head and stuff, I literally just asked, I just like sat myself down and with God and just like was like, all right, let's do this. It's a beautiful journey when you even if you do it on your own. Like, you know, some people, they have people they can lean on, you know, great, you know, great if you do, but you know, unfortunately there are some people who don't. And you know, but that's okay if you don't have anyone that you can lean on, because you have yourself at the end of the day. Right. Like, when you really like are real with yourself, you really think back and you're like, and you go down memory lane and you're like, whew. Okay, yeah, I got me. Yeah, no, like, I got me for real. So, you know, like, when you finally get to a place in your life where you feel like you're safe and you feel like you're tired of everything just being the same in your life and just having that feeling that just won't leave. Like you said in the beginning, you can't run from life. Right. So it's like you can't run from your past. So it's like at some point you have to sit down and address it. Yeah. So and with doing that, you realize who you are. You'd be like I really like started walking around this like I'm a princess. Like I'm a princess. I'm a queen. Like I am like I can't believe I allowed all of the things that have gone on in my life steer me away from like who I really am. Like I'm a great person. I'm a beautiful person inside and out. Like despite life, you know, and like because at the end of the day, you also realize that it's not your fault.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like when you finally let that click in your head, like it isn't my fault. You know, it finally allows you to be at peace with your past, so you can now like step into the current, so you can prepare for the future.
So would you say your moment of a realization and understanding your self-worth came after you moved to Jacksonville, or was it beforehand?
Actually, it was before Jacksonville, but actually taking action, it was before Jacksonville. Slow process. Like, so I would say actually like 2019. But actually like jump starting and really like kicking into, you know, oh yeah, I'm really that woman, like stop playing with me. That was after Jacksonville, like when I got to Jacksonville.
Right. Like I said, I mean, I want to say with self-worth and realization for me, my self-worth definitely came, you know, in the midst of graduating year, 2019. Because man, I had a lot of growth and realization to do, more so because I was very immature, definitely immature, you know, coming in.
That's crazy.
You feel me? You said what?
I didn't see that. I don't see that.
It all depends on, like I said, different people, you will get different sides, you know what I mean? So we, you know, chilled. It was straight genuine vibes, good times, you know, wine, food, movies, games. So it was like, it was nothing but good times. But when you deal with other people, sometimes they get a different side of a person through that other person, you know what I mean? So I had, like I said, it all depended on who I was dealing with at that moment, depending on what Willie you got in that moment, you know what I
mean? I feel. I definitely had.
I had a bad, you know, character, you know, decisions, character moments, you know, with other things, you know, i.e. your relationship, you know what I mean? So it's like different. You would want to be the same for everybody, but it just don't work that way, you know what I mean? So I made my bad decisions, I made my wrong choices and what have you, but I had to realize in myself, like, look, you going on a path that nobody gonna want to be around you, you know, if you continue to act this way. Like at that point, I thought I did all the, because I had went through something prior, you know, so I thought I did all the growing and maturing that I could, you know, at that time. But then I realized, like, nah, you know, after, you know, a bad breakup, it just, yeah, you got to really get right. You know what I mean? So it took me like a bad experience from far as like, not to say the person's bad, but bad experience more so of you could have done so many things to, you know, avoid all the heartache, all the problem that you went through. You know what I mean? So it's like, that was the time that I had self-worth and realization, when I had to realize that you got to change the way you carry yourself, or nobody will want to be around you as far as relationship wise until you get right. So now, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying it's crazy that you say that, but continue.
So, like I said, now you hear it, now everybody like, hey, man, you got the right mindset, you got a good head on your shoulders, you're gonna make it, you special. I'm like, yeah, man, I wasn't always like this, you know. 2018 we was a different Willie, you know. So it's like I said, self-worth and realization is big, you know. I think it's huge, more so because that once we have that, we have an understanding of the view that people have of us on the outside. I really think that's what it is. Like, you don't want to think about what people say. You don't want to think about what people do, but you also want to think about your actions. Like, your actions is the most important to yourself, because at the end of the day, nobody can make a choice for you. Nobody can do anything for you, as you said. So based on how you carry yourself and what decisions you make is how people view you. And some people don't care how people view them, and that's fine. But when it comes to wanting to get somewhere in life, how people view you is definitely going to be
balance.
exactly.
It's like you gotta care, but you can't care like to where it's like putting you down, like to where like making you sad and like making you want to like fight and like lash out and stuff like that. Like it's like you should hear. It's like also it depends on who you're hearing it from too.
Right.
Because like believe it or not, we got more haters than we have more lovers, and you get what I'm saying. So it's like and a lot of the people who we love and like and kick it with, they're undercover haters and stuff. So it's like you got to really listen to who is telling you about your actions and so it's like you got to also grow and get to a point where you can have uncomfortable conversations and not get tense. Because it's like me, like, listen, I don't mind having an uncomfortable conversation. If I hurt your feelings or if you hurt my feelings, we should be at that point in that friendship / relationship, to where I can be comfortable with coming to you and we have a comfortable, grown up, uncomfortable conversation about it.
Your circle is definitely important.
Like, hear me, I hear you. If we gotta revisit this after, let this sink and, because it's like you don't want to force nothing at the end of the day. So it's like, take uncomfortable conversations, take constructive criticism, even take the hate from the haters, take it all, but like just make sure it aligns with who you really are, because at the end of the day, you know who you are. Like, they only know what they see. So it's like take it and like bring it together and see what meshes together, because like because some things are true and some things are false. So it's like you got to just determine which ones are true and which ones are false, and then you also got to determine who's the one who's a hater and who got to go, and who love me and who I got to say thank you for putting up with my BS and ride with me, because at the end of the day, none of us are easy to put up with.
Your circle is definitely important, because you want to surround yourself around people that's going to get you right in any moment. You like, when you in the situation, in my opinion, a lot of people are in the situation, they don't see exactly where they may be going. They just may be reacting and just living. But on the outside, people can see better because they're not in that moment. So they're not clouded by, their judgment is not clouded by anything, because they're not experiencing it. They're just watching it. So I want to say you definitely need to have friends that when they see you going down a path that they may deem unnecessary or that you shouldn't go to, you gotta have that conversation with you. And then you also gotta be able to take criticism, like, hey, sometimes I'm gonna be tripping. So let me know I'm tripping. I'm okay with it. Criticize me, critique me, let me know when I'm wrong. Because in the day, I don't want to do anything that jeopardizes myself or causes no detriment to me. So I need people around me that is going to see when I'm doing something stupid or going down the wrong path, that's going to sit here and say, look, you need to tighten up, because either I done seen this before or I done went through this before. So therefore, I kind of see where it goes, and then you kind of go on that path. And I don't get mad, but I may get mad, at a moment to where I don't want to hear it. Some people may get mad at me when they don't want to hear it, but y'all got to be able to, separate, assess everything, and then reconvene. Like, you know what? You was right. I feel like in that moment I was just mad. I ain't want to hear it. But now that I think about it and look at it, y'all either was look out for me. People are gonna look out for you. You got to be able to navigate who's gonna look out for you and who wants you to mess up. And people want you to mess up. It's
Exactly.
going to be that. Like a lot of people are going to be jealous of your success, but you want to be around, surround yourself around friends that's going to celebrate your success. Like I'm happy that you're happy because I know all I'm gonna do is celebrate you because my time is gonna come. So when my time come, I want you to celebrate me. You feel me?
Exactly. Like
I'm
I
not
want people
going. You feel?
to, oh, I turned 25 and I ain't celebrate with nobody. I ain't even do that. And I'm just like, but like, even like, and I'm still bummed out by that, but even with still seeing so many birthdays, I'm just like, oh, that is so beautiful. Oh, they're celebrated as they should. Like, like, cause like at the end of the day, like you you also don't want to turn yourself into a hater. You don't want to turn yourself like I'm just being real, but it's like, you don't want to be this hard ass person. Like you just want to be a understanding person that hears people and they hear you. Like the right people hear you and you hear them. And that's just that. Like, and cause
That's why, like I said, it all go back to self-worth. Self-worth is also knowing who need to be around you. Know your worth. Know what friends are going to understand your worth. That's it's a big thing. Everybody tell you know your worth and add tax. What they say, right? So knowing your worth not is only, you feel me, knowing what you're worth, but knowing what your friends worth. And
exactly.
being able to be a great friend. Don't be a rude friend or a friend that wants to get on people or tell people things, but don't want to receive those same things. You know what I mean? So you have to be a great friend of people that's great to you, because in the day, people will slide. Trust me, people will slide. I don't have to, separate myself from some people before, and I do it again.
Real. People you didn't think you would have to separate from,
Right.
but it's too like you never. You also have to sometimes just walk away because it's for the better of them. Yeah. Like it's like even that it comes down to family too. Like it's like you look at the situation, you look at who they are, and what path they're going down, and you're just like, listen, I love you, but I gotta love you from a distance.
You feel me?
Like
I'm going.
Like I don't wish ill upon you. I don't wish no bad vibes, nothing. Like I wish you safety, love, peace, happiness, all that. But from a distance, because your energy is affecting me. Like and I can't vibe with it. Like we gotta separate. So it's like and then on top of that, you don't also have to tell them that you're walking away. Like not like some people that you got to tell them because just depending on who they are. But then other situations, you just get up and walk away. Like no closure, no nothing. Just walk away. Wish them the best, and you let it be that. Like flatlining.
Yeah, you definitely got to know what's worth your time too. Definitely got to know what's worth your time. Not everybody's worth your time. There's some things you got to look at, laugh at, keep it pushing, because in the day, not everything is worth your attention. You get drawn into something that's not worth your attention. Like what are you gaining from? You know what I mean? Like you have to understand, like, bro, not everything is for you. Not every crowd is for you. Not every scene is for you. You got to realize, what am I worth? What is my time worth? Because I can't get this valuable time back. So what am I going to do with it? You know what I mean? So it just all boiled down to, I really feel like, for one, you, most importantly, because nobody can make that change for you. Nobody can do nothing for you. And then two, it just boiled down to who you can go to, because in the day, you're not going to understand or learn everything that you need to learn on your own. Like you're going to need help. You're going to have people. And so you got to have people in place.
Fresh start.
You feel me? Like you gotta have people in place that's gonna give you the real, give you what it is. Like I have a couple of people, like Mr. Shaw is that man there. Hey, look, so I'm going through this, man. What you got? What's your advice? Like, like lately I've been talking to my auntie, real blunt. If I'm tripping, oh Will, yeah, she gonna get on, me. You know what I mean? So it's definitely like everything is not easy. Don't ever try to, like, my advice would be, don't ever try to go through nothing on your own, because you have people there that care for you and will be there for you. You just have to be willing to reach out to those people, because nobody will know what you're going through unless you're comfortable sharing that with certain people.
Exactly. Like, cause like, you know, and like, you know, for me personally, like, you know, everything you're saying is absolutely true, because I did that, you know. So it's like I'm here with you, like,
Right.
you know, going to people, but then it's like when it's like time to really address yourself and really get down to it, it's like, all right, I confided in people. I didn't get the results or the answers I was really looking for. So I'm gonna just
Shall I do it my own?
yeah, I'm gonna just do it on my own. I'm gonna just figure this out on my own,
Right.
and really just like really become my own teacher and student at the same time.
It's definitely, great to have you on here first. Definitely got your advice and got your talk, and I appreciate it. It felt good, it felt good having a conversation. So I don't know, we might have you on again sometime later. Who knows? You know what I mean?
Who knows? Who knows? I'm always here for you, bud.
Definitely always, but so all right, everybody, that is my dog Deja. I'm Willie Love. I hope y'all appreciated this talk. Until next time, we see you again.
Have a great day, everyone.